welcome back to my channel. I'm so freaking excited. ONEUS is finally back under their new company. This is Under. Let's go ahead and see what this is all about. Ooh, very funky. Nice sound. Nice transition. Ooh, a little dance transition. Poor Lito. Ooh, I love that in Connie's chest voice. Sounds so good. I like all the use of their chest voice in this. Just change up for the pre-chorus. It's so short, but it's such a nice change. This little call-in response is really nice. That bass. This was so incredible. I absolutely loved it. This is ONEUS. I love this kind of, this almost, it feels like kind of a return to like, it's like a more sultry Black Mirror kind of feel. I really loved it. I love the bass. I love all of the chest voice in the second verse. I just love how everything grew and grew and grew. And also it had this kind of like ease to it as well. Even in the choreography, it was one of those things where it just looked effortless the entire time, which ONEUS always manages to do, to make everything look effortless. But it felt really kind of pulled back and laid back almost to a T. I love the kind of nature of the entire MV and everything that was going on, but the base of this was so incredibly nice. I love how everything was growing, especially the pre-chorus was so short, but it really brought out that anticipation and growth going into that chorus. And I love the idea of this little call and response in the chorus. I think that was really smart, you know, having the under the current, because right away, like, by the end of the song, you definitely knew the under the current part, and then you knew there was going to be a little response to that. And it's really nice because it's just the way that it kind of grows. Like I said, the song kept growing, and it was like a consistent, like, you know, what is going to come next kind of feel. And so I think that's really, really smart. I love that we have like this kind of dance instrumental transition between the each different part, which I loved. In verse 2, we have them kind of picking on Lido, which I was like, oh, poor Lido, but also like, that's something that they would do naturally. So it felt like they were, you know, having fun, playing around on set, that kind of thing, even though it was like obviously part of the music video. So I really enjoyed that aspect. It, like I said, in verse 2, we heard all of their chest voice, you know, Koni, Sion, like, Hwanung, like all of their chest voice was really, really nice, kind of getting to hear that different part of their voice. Again, the pre-chorus is so short, but it naturally just transitions so easily into that chorus. And really, that call and response is just out of this world. I really, really loved it. Especially because with the voice and the second part of that, and that response part, it was kind of a little mysterious. I like how there was a little smoke to it. There was a little edging to that. And then when we get the bridge, we have a little bit of a pull away with the snaps. We even had that transition into the bridge, which I think was good that they kept that transition with the instrumentation and everything. And then the bass, again, guys, the bass was so funky and cool the entire time. I absolutely loved it. And in the chorus, I really noticed this time, and this happened throughout a lot of it, but the guitar just really stood out to me in that final chorus. I don't know if they ramped up the volume or anything, but just the way that it was strumming was really nice, and everything just felt a little more full. And you know, it with what is usually in their last chorus, they kind of ramp everything up, but I love that they didn't do it like so much, like, because this song is really kind of, like I said, it's kind of a smooth, kind of funky song. So it's one of those where, like, if you did too much, then it would be like overdoing it, but they didn't do that. They did a really good job at like still doing their ONEUS thing and increasing, you know, the final chorus, but they did it in like such a classy way. I really, really love this. So tell me what you guys thought about this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or the music video? For me, the chorus, I loved the chorus so incredibly much. That call and response, really, really fun. And also just the entire vibe. It was such a great vibe of a song. So tell me your guys' thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.